okay? It actually got brought in from South America into Australia to help with the cane fields. And what they did is they brought this little girl in as a toadlet. So she didn't have these big things right here. A lot of people think that they're muscles, that she goes to the gym and works out. And that's not true. What she does is these are actually glands that she gets as an adult. And they're called parotid glands. And what they do is they actually produce toxins. They produce this bad stuff that comes out of these little holes here. And it looks like milk that comes out of there. The number one toxin is called bufotoxin. It's actually a hallucinant. So if you've ever heard of toad licking, it comes from this toad. It is actually illegal to toad lick. It is very dangerous. People are dying from it. But this girl actually lives in Florida now. So I like to talk to other people about her just to make them aware of what she can do and the dangers that she can have towards people and animals. Now this is her defense, so if she feels that something is threatening her, she's going to produce those toxins and it's going to come out, and whatever bites her is going to actually get very sick. Believe it or not, I have a crazy dog at home that actually loves toads. So the reason why I talk about it is because now that she does live in Florida, I want to make sure everybody's furry friends are safe. If a dog would happen to actually want to play with this toad, what's going to happen is she's going to produce those toxins, and then your furry friend's going to get really sick. So, with that said, we want to just make sure that we're aware of what she can do and what she produces. Because number one, peer pressure is bad, and we don't want any kids doing this. And number two, we don't want animals getting sick either. Now, when a toad first starts out, what does it start out as? Does anybody know? Before a tadpole, something very small, an egg. This girl actually lays 8,000 to 15,000 eggs at one time. If I would stretch that out, it would be 66 feet in length. Then comes the thing called a tadpole about 14 days later, and then comes a toadlet, and then comes this girl here. Now she is full grown, but she's not as fat as she can be. She can get a lot wider than what she is. But if you look at Miss Rhonda here, if you look at her, do you think maybe if she sits very, very still and puffs up that she might look like a rock? Okay, she can, and there's good reasons for that. Number one reason is, who wants to eat a rock? Does anybody here want to eat a rock? No. So if an animal comes by and they actually see her, they're going to think she's a rock and they're going to leave her alone, right? Number two, how many here have picked up a rock and actually seen some pretty crazy bugs under there? Okay, me too. I love picking up the rocks and seeing the bugs. What do toads like to eat? Bugs. So what's going to happen is she's going to actually sit very still, and Mr. Cricket's going to come along and say, maybe I should hide underneath this rock. And whenever that happens, what's she going to do? She's going to eat it up. So therefore, she gets to have her food come to her, which is pretty cool, right? But if you look at Miss Rhonda here, she has a mouth from here to here. So anything that is smaller than that and moves is going to go in. What kind of things do you think she can eat besides bugs?
I was going to say spiders, but...
That's kind of, yeah. What else? Something that might be a little bit bigger. Newts or salamanders, very good. What else? How about a mouse? Okay. Miss Rhonda here eats a full-grown mouse once a week. Then she also eats a thing called a millworm, and she eats about 20 to 25 in one sitting. She also eats crickets and cockroaches as well, so she gets a full meal. Okay, but in the wild, she can also eat other toads, other frogs, fish, snakes, lizards, maybe a baby bird. So anything that is smaller from here to here, okay? But I cannot let you touch this girl because of the stuff that she produces. She's never made anybody sick, but we just don't want to take the chance. A lot of people ask, well, how do you hold her? I've never, in working with her, have ever seen her secrete anything. But if I do see anything wet on her, I leave her alone and I do not touch her. Okay? If you see this wetness on my shirt, it's because she went to the bathroom on me. It's not that she produced anything, okay, except for pee. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put her away, but we're going to get out another animal for you view. Is that